Hi, today is June 16th. We are doing another live TikTok session giveaway. So today we're going to be doing as many as possible. If you're watching this on replay, go ahead and comment #replay and it'll actually show me who is watching this on replay versus who is watching it on live. So hello. We are gonna wait for people to get on and then we'll kind of go from there. So if you've never seen this before, basically what we're gonna be doing is just emotion code. I don't have the iPad today, so we're not doing body code, but we are going to be doing emotion code, which is very exciting. And excuse me, let me hurry and get into this. Excuse me, I will explain what the emotion code is. And yeah, I'm super excited. So hello, my name is Kirsten Morley, your certified emotion code, body code, and belief code practitioner, triple certified. And but today we're just going to be doing emotion code. And what the emotion code is, it's an energy healing technique that helps you to literally release negative trapped emotional energies. Trapped emotions are harmful and emotional energies from negative past events. So trapped emotions can cause, I believe it can be one of the biggest contributing factors to anxiety, depression, blocking you from feeling loved, happy, like that feeling of disconnection from feeling connected. Wow, that came out wrong. It's like it makes you feel disconnected from other people and all of that. So yeah, and then these trapped emotions are made up of energy just like the rest of our body, so they can exert an influence on the physical tissue. So for example, if you have, let's just say at the age of 6, your dad yelled at you and he projected that anger, the emotion. It's kind of like a ball of energy, trapped emotions, and it gets stuck inside of your body, causing physical, mental, emotional, spiritual pain or discomfort. And so when that gets stuck in your body, it kind of sticks with you and it's not fun. So I'm sorry. I wish I could have gotten on earlier. I was putting my baby down for bed. So, but anyways, so as far as the trapped emotion, so like when that trapped emotion, it gets stuck inside of your body, and sometimes it can be one of the biggest contributing factors to like headaches, back pain, knee pain, all of the things. And so, depression, anxiety, all of that. So when you release these trapped emotions, because your body is actually meant to heal itself, but a lot of the times these emotions get stuck inside of your body and they prevent your body from healing properly. Does that make sense? So, physically, mentally, emotionally, all the things. And so when you release these trapped emotions, it makes conditions right for your body to heal itself. So when you release them, the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual pain or discomfort either goes away completely or it becomes a lot more manageable. So some of my favorite things to work on is like anxiety, depression, headaches, back pain, knee pain, peaky pain, menstrual cycle stuff. There's so much. And so the next thing I like to talk about is the heart wall. So the heart wall, if you have any of these 10 symptoms, then you probably have a heart wall. Anxiety, depression, PTSD, low energy, fatigue, major health issues, foggy mission in life, relationship issues. This is like giving and receiving love. And then abundance and wealth issues. If you have any of those 10 symptoms, then you probably have a heart wall. So where did you learn this? So let me get this out of the way. So this is where I originally learned how to do it for myself. So the emotion code by Dr. Bradley Nelson, forwarded by Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins does not forward books, and he forwarded this one. So this book will actually teach you how to do it yourself. This is linked in my bio. If you want to go, it'll just take you to Amazon. And but if you do want to get certified then that's also another option. So there's that. So heart wall. I have unexplained back pain. That would be awesome for us to try it today. Yeah. So, if you have any of those 10 symptoms, then you probably have a heart wall. And so then once you, like, how do you actually get a heart wall? So when you go through trauma or abuse, or sometimes a really stressful time or a really emotional time in your life, a lot of the times your body creates those emotions, and it scoops up the emotions and places layers over your heart, creating this wall. And again, that's where the symptoms typically occur. And then once you release the heart wall, emotion by emotion, it typically takes anywhere from 3 to 5 sessions to release it completely. And then once it's gone, it's like those 10 typical symptoms either go away completely or they become a lot more manageable. So for me, when I personally released my own heart wall, it was literally like night and day. My anxiety and depression were way different. I felt a connection way more with my kids, with my husband, with family members, friends. I'm not saying it was perfect, but it was way different. It was just like, oh my gosh, like I actually love you. Like it was the coolest experience. Not that I didn't love my husband because I do, or I did, previously when I had recently released my heart wall, but I was able, where's my words today? I was able to actually like look at my husband and be like, oh my gosh, I freaking love you. It was so much deeper than, surface level. But, yeah, so that's basically, oh, she just woke up. So that is basically the gist of it. That's pretty much it when it comes to emotion code, the heart wall. And then the body code is like a whole nother thing. I wish I could get it on here and like actually do it with you, but I haven't been able to figure that out yet. So yeah, so let's get to it. So if you'd like to enter to win, I'm doing free sessions here. If you'd like to enter to win, click on the link in my bio and click on the button that says live TikTok session giveaway. And then if you are like, I don't want to wait in line, I have openings tomorrow to do one-on-one phone calls tomorrow. So yeah, that's exciting. You're welcome. So let's see. My phone is in the way. Don't fall off. There we go. Okay, so again, if you'd like to enter to win, just click on the link in my bio, click on the button that says live TikTok session giveaway, and we will get started. Let's see. I have so many songs stuck in my head today. Live TikTok. So in the link in my bio, so if you click on my name, it should pull up with my information, and then you should be able to like click on my picture, and then it'll take you to my profile. And then click on the button that says live TikTok session giveaway. Ooh. Can you see the book? Yes, it's linked in my bio. It is backwards. I'm so sorry. But this is linked in my bio. So they have, this is the second edition, I think. Don't quote me on that. I think it's the second edition. The emotion code. I love it. Linked in bio if you would like to go get a copy. And then if you also want to go get certified, you can use the link in my bio as well. So, All right, we will get started with the people that we have so far. And then if you were able to enter to win, if you entered like yesterday, then don't forget you have to sign up again today. Does that make sense? All right, so Maria. Oh. Maria. I'm not going to even try and pronounce your last name. So, how about you just tell me what you want to work on so we can work on anything physical, mental, so like headaches, back pain, lower back pain, chest pain, stomach pain, all of that, or discomfort. And then, or like anxiety, depression, or anything emotional. So physical, mental, emotional. So if you're feeling sadness, grief, anger, betrayal, anything like that, what would you like to work on? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate that? 1 being the lowest and then 10 being the most severe. Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it. Back pain is the biggest. Okay, is it upper back pain, lower back pain, middle? Hi. Today is the 16th. Upper back pain, lower back pain. Maria. Mid to low. It's usually a 7 or an 8. Okay, awesome. I'm so excited for this one. I love working on physical pain because sometimes mental or emotional pain, it can be harder to work on. So let's see. And you are 53. Mid to lower back pain. It's about, we'll do 7.5 for happy middle. So, all right, quick moment of silence and we'll get to it. Oh, she's so sad. All right, connect this proxy for you. So what's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this mid to lower back pain? Maybe even out of 1, 3, 5. Unsupported. How funny is that? I'm sorry, that's like so ironic. When did this occur? Age 10, 20, 29, 18, 17, age 17. Do we need to know more? Yes, I'm okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? Don't forget to like and share. That way we can help more people. That would be awesome. What's the biggest emotion we can release now? That has to do with this mid to lower back pain. Maybe even 1. Heartache. When did this extend to 97? Age 7. Did we release that? Yes. What's the biggest emotion we can release now? That has to do with hi. What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this mid to lower back pain? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shame. When did this extend to 97? Age 7. We need to know more. Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Hi, welcome. Welcome. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with, yay, Lulu scheduled a session. Woo. All right, what is the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this mid to lower back pain? Maybe even out of 1. Heartache. When did this extend to 98? Age 8. Do we need to know more? Hi, welcome. Let's let's go ahead and release that. I've missed you guys too. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this mid to lower back pain? Right, even to 4. Anger. When did this 10, 20, age 20? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Whew. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this mid to lower back pain? Maybe even out of 1. Effort unreceived. Oops, sorry, my computer is reconnecting. Let's see. My internet's going crazy. Ruh-roh. Let me see if I can get on to here. 1 second, you guys. I'm so sorry. Trying to connect. Oh, I think my internet is not being very nice. Ruh-roh. Can you guys still hear me? Yes. Okay, good. Okay, good. Yay. Whew. I was like, what the heck is happening? Thank you for the rose. I really appreciate it. Lovely sunflower. Hold on. I just have to hurry in. Your video and audio seem fine. Okay, good. Because the device that I'm on is not... After the session, can you explain the belief code? Ooh, yes. I love the belief code. It is so fascinating. So fascinating. Sessions. It's still saying that it's trying to connect. Reload. Hold on. Hi. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's good. So effort unreceived. I was like, something's not happening. All right. I was checking on dates for myself and saw that. Okay, let's finish the session and I will go into belief code because it's crazy. And I have some stories. Let me hurry and write down something really quick. Okay, so effort unreceived. When did this occur? Age 10, 20, 29, 18, 17, 16, 15, age 15. Do we need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Do we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this mid to lower back pain? Even out of 1, 3. Rejection. When did this 10 to 97, age 7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Do we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this mid to lower back pain? Maybe even out of 1. Heartache. When did this 10 to 97, 6, 5, 4, age 4? Do we need to know more? Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Whew. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this mid to lower back pain? Maybe even out of 1, 3, 5. Conflict. When did this 10 to 97, 6, 5, 4, age 4? Do we need to know more? Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. I keep yawning when you do. I'm sorry. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this mid to lower back pain? All right. Maria, go ahead and stand up, walk around, take 10 steps, move your shoulders around, move your neck around. Give me a little shimmy, a little bit, it's working. Get it, get it. Get it, get it. Just kidding. Let's see. Doesn't help that I'm tucked in bed. Oh, I love that. All right. Take a really big deep breath, full inhale. Full exhale. Then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate the mid-lower back pain? Mid-lower back on the scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the lowest and 10 being the most severe. We started at a 7.5, which is not very fun. We just cut your back pain in half, from a 7.5 to a 4. Oh my gosh! Yay! I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. I know sometimes during sessions, the more you yawn, the lower the numbers are. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes it's very random. Very, very random. I wonder if that just means that she needed like way more of a release, if that makes sense. I'm so happy too. Oh, that's awesome. Woo, woo. Okay. Let's talk about belief code, because here's the thing. If you have not seen my video on belief code, it explains so much, and then there's also a demonstration, because I did a demonstration on myself, and it helps shift a lot of things, but let's talk about it. So the belief code, I've never really known how to like actually explain it, but it's almost like there's like this circle of like your beliefs can dictate like your belief system, like the way that you believe that the world is, or like, hey, money is evil, or bad things always happen to me, you know. So if you believe certain things and something happens to you, or like just like going your like kind of like core beliefs, obviously there's some beliefs that you're not really going to change. Like there's some religious beliefs that you're not going to change. Some beliefs have to be like on a conscious level, but this is more of like things that you're like, no, I really don't believe in that, but your subconscious believes in it. So your beliefs dictate your thoughts, which dictate your emotions, which dictate your like your actions, the consequences in your reality. And so then your reality can also change or dictate your beliefs. Does that make sense? So for example, when it comes to like with money, if your reality is like you're dirt poor, you're broke, then that can create a lot of different beliefs. And so when you have those beliefs, again, it just goes throughout that cycle of your beliefs dictate your thoughts, which create your emotions, which create your actions, which create the consequences, and then it creates your reality. So sometimes, like with the emotion code, it changes. It's kind of like working backwards. So it goes into like emotions. Releasing trapped emotions can actually help change your beliefs as well. But I feel like the belief system itself can be more of a core, or it's like a deeper subconscious thing. But if you go backwards, working with emotions, releasing trapped emotions, it can change beliefs and then change the cycle. And then same thing with body code, it can change your thoughts, which changes your emotions, which changes everything else as well. Does that make sense? But with belief code, it's going straight into, yeah, exactly, which goes straight into your belief systems. So here's something to kind of, I love that you put that there. Beliefs, thoughts, feelings, actions, reality, exactly. And so when you have all of that, you're going straight into belief systems. And when you change your beliefs, it's literally changing like so many things. So back, I want to say somebody wasn't necessarily doing belief code because it hadn't come out yet. Technically, there's people who have had access to that information and known how to release certain beliefs. But I had a session done, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, and I think it was 4 years ago, 3 years ago. Anyways, back in 2020, that was 4 years ago. Oh my gosh. Okay, so 4 years ago, almost to this day, I had a session, and the lady found a belief that I found that was so interesting. And it was, if I get rich, I will be fat. And I kid you not, as soon as I heard that, it made me think of a cartoon that I saw of this fat man, just a cartoon of a fat man eating chicken, like a chicken wing, and being all merry and stuff. So thought, feeling, action, circle. Yeah, there's so much. And so when it comes to, so when I remembered that scene, it made me think like, oh, I don't want to be fat, so I'm not going to be rich. I'm not going to be able to have the money. And it's so crazy because the very next day, or I think it was the couple days after that, my income skyrocketed. It was insane. It was the coolest thing that I had ever experienced. And ever since then, I've been such a big, huge believer of releasing belief systems and beliefs, core beliefs. It's so cool. So there's so many different areas of your life that you can actually go for. But by far one of my favorites is abundance, because sometimes when you make a lot more money, it can do so many things for you. Another thing that I always like to think about is like, okay, when you think of money, what is the number one reason why you feel like you can't have it? Why can't you have it? Is it because you think that rich people are bad people? No, there are good people and there are bad people that have money. You know, money is just a tool. It's like a hammer. You can build with it and you can break things with it. It's the same thing with money. Money is just a tool. Oh, sorry. I'm so excited about this. But anyways, so that is another belief. So in the belief system, or in the belief code, there are, don't quote me on this, but there are hundreds of beliefs that you can go into. And I think almost every single one of those negative ones have an opposite positive with it. So that if you're like, I don't even know what to change this to, you just do the opposite positive and you can go look it up and it'll tell you. So, so fascinating. I love it so much. Let's see. I can't have it because I spend it. So that is a belief. Every positive belief has a vice. That's another belief. So that's interesting. What is your definition of vice? Oops. I'm curious. What is your definition of vice? So there's always something negative to a positive belief. I see. And all the stories are amazing. Yeah. It literally changed our life. Like, I would not be here in this house if it wasn't for releasing that one negative belief system. It was so fascinating. That's one of the biggest reasons why I've been waiting. So I got certified back in November with just belief code. And I have been waiting for this belief code since I started emotion code because it was money. Love it so much. Literally money. Anyways, all right. So let's pick another person. Let's see. Picking another person. So the whole system goes, or just a belief, or does it vary? Good question. So there's 4 different types of belief systems, or 5. Oh my gosh. There's 5 different types of belief systems. So let's just say that you can compare it to a tree. Okay, so there are some trees that have like 2 branches, or sorry, hold on, let me back up there. There are some trees that have more branches than others. There are some trees that have more leaves than others. So it's not just one belief, but it's an entire belief system. So it's like multiple beliefs within a belief system. So think of it like a tree. So it's like a core belief, a negative belief, a negative program. So that's like the leaves and the branches. So there's like more of those, and then limiting beliefs. It's like more of like the branches, and then the faulty core belief, which is more of like a solid, like it's like the trunk, and then the faulty core identity is more like the roots. Does that belief? Oh my gosh, I love that so much. See the question, but does any of what you're doing conflict with Christianity? You know, I actually get that question a lot, and I want to say no, it doesn't. I used to be very religious. I'm way more I am a spiritual person now, but I believe that God, the universe, a higher power, gave us this power within us. So, but here's the thing. I am not like healing you. I am helping release the negativity inside of your body that, and then like your body is healing itself. Does that make sense? So I'm not necessarily healing you. It's more of like, I am being, oh my gosh, what is that word called? I'm like the middleman, I guess you could say. I cannot think of that word. What is it called? A mediator. No? Anyways, you get the idea. Yes, I'm facilitating. Yes, I'm facilitating the healing that needs to happen with inside of your body. So, exactly. Okay, so let's do another session. Anyways, so basically the whole tree that I was talking about is like the very core identity. A lot of the time, so you have like all of the branches that it's like more surface level and easier to digest beliefs, and then the further you get down, the more of like a core identity. So it's like let me just give you an example, because sometimes when you have an example, it kind of gives you an idea of like how it works. Let me find it. Sorry, I just came back from maternity leave and I didn't forget. I just need some reminding of how this one works. Hold on, let me see. Because they gave it like the best example of like how it's all structured. Excuse me. All right, example. Okay, so here's a couple examples of the belief code. So the negative program, so again, like the further you go down, so if you clear a deeper rooted belief, it will clear the surface level beliefs. Yes, but you're releasing every single one of them. I love that. You need to put the training wheels back on after maternity leave. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So here's your example. And obviously, this is not the exact thing, but this is just an example of how it could go. So the top level, so a negative program is, I can't lose weight. Okay. So why can't you lose weight? So then the next level down, and sometimes it comes along with, there's like multiple of like those surface level ones. So this one says, if I lose weight, I will have an affair. Okay. Why is that? So the next level is, attractive women are unfaithful. So this, obviously this person was a woman, but then the next level is the identity. The identity is, then this one was, I am weak. So if the core belief, the belief that you have as your identity as I am weak, no wonder you have all of these issues. Does that make sense? Sometimes if that core identity is I am not enough, then getting rid of I am not enough, that is going to change so many things. It changes so much. Exactly. It's so crazy to think about. There was another example that I had that was even more powerful, but you get the idea. So by changing that core identity, like the core of it, game over. Game over. And I'm pretty sure the example that I gave you when I, like right before my abundance like shot up, if I get rich, I will be fat. And I was like, I'm not going to get fat. I do not want to be fat, so I can't be rich. Which is so crazy. Like, obviously, it's not logical for somebody to think that. But when you see somebody in that situation, you're like, they're fat and I don't want to be fat, but they're also rich, so I can't be fat. It's almost like I have to have a choice. Anyways, so it's like getting to the root of therapy without talking. Exactly. And that's why I absolutely love this stuff so much, is because it's so subconscious that some people don't even think like, oh, I didn't even realize that was an issue. Or some people are like, I thought I took care of that, but subconsciously they're still vibrating at that frequency. So they're still attracting those things. It's so fascinating. Okay, let's go on to the next person. Thank you for being patient with me and my words. We are going to pick somebody. Boop-a-doop. Yay! It's the ID and the ego having a fight. Yes, absolutely. Sorry, we just did that person. Moving on. There's a whole section on ego. Isn't that funny? Thank you for all the likes. You guys are amazing. We don't have a lot of people in here, and that's a lot of likes. I really appreciate it. Katie Abramson. I'm so sorry about butchering names. Abramson. Me. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Would you like to get on live with me? It's been a while since I've done that, but I would love to have you on so that people can see your reaction. If not, it's totally okay. I gotta go find your name here. Sorry, what? It only says me and then sorry. That's all I see. What are you sorry for? KT 42. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You're good. You're good. Okay, so what do you want to work on? We can work on anything physical, mental, emotional, anything that's kind of measurable. So like headaches, back pain, lower back pain, an emotion. So sadness, grief, anger, shame, guilt. Would you like to elaborate on that, or do you want to just move forward? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate the guilt? Is it mom guilt? Because I have definitely felt that. It sucks. Or is it something different? Sorry, I'm asking so many questions. I'm so sorry. First, tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate it? How do you rate that guilt? And then what do you... And I have her 3 children, and it's really hard some days. Stop. Are you serious? I'm so sorry. 9. Okay, first of all, where's the words for that? There is no reason for you to feel guilty for something that is, first of all, not in your control. And second of all, you are doing the best that you can. Of course it's going to be hard, but you shouldn't feel bad for that. Does that make sense? There's no reason for you to feel bad for getting triggered, or, obviously I do recommend healing. That way you can show up as a better person. But honestly, my heart goes out to you. Some serious issues, and it's so hard some days. So, okay, that makes so much sense. There are so many things that I could... I wish... Okay, I'm just sending good vibes, because I love you, and you're an amazing human being. For you to even, show up like that, you're an amazing human being for doing that. For taking on... You said 3 kids? That is saint level, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get started. Let's get rid of as much of this guilt as we possibly can, because you don't need that right now. And 3 of your own. That's 6 kids. That's 6 kids. I have 4 kids, and honestly, I feel like I go crazy as well. And a newborn. You're amazing. So let's do this. Let's hold the intention to release as much as we possibly can. I'm going to be straight up with you. I am going to recommend releasing the heart wall. I would, let's just do the session and we will get to that. So yeah, you're freaking amazing for doing that. Okay, quick moment of silence. Later sessions, if you can, I would recommend releasing the heart wall, but today we'll do the guilt. Today we'll do the guilt just so that we can kind of release and see what happens. So, all right, connect this proxy for you. Yes, what's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this guilt? Maybe even out of 3. Grief. First of all, that makes so much sense. When did this 10, 20, 30, 28, 7, age 27? Do we need to know more? Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this guilt? Maybe even 1. This one says overjoy. When did this 10, 20, 29, 18, 17, 16, age 16? We need to know more. Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Whew. Did we correct that? Yes. All right, let's go ahead. What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this guilt? Maybe even out of 1, 3, 5. Terror. When did this 10, 10, 9, 8, age 8? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this guilt? Maybe even out of 1. Heartache. When did this 10, 20, age 20? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we release that? Was the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this guilt? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Overwhelm. Overwhelm. When did this 10, 20, age 20? Do we need to know more? Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this guilt? Maybe 2. Failure. When did this 10 to 97, age 7? Let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this guilt? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Lust. When did this 10, 20, 29, 18, 17, 16, 14, age 14? We need to know more. Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Hi. She is doing great. Thanks for asking. What is the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this guilt? Maybe even 2, 4. Anger. When did this 10, 20, 30, 40, 39, 76, age 36? Do we need to know more? Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this guilt? Maybe 2. Helplessness. When did this 10 to 97, age 7? Let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this guilt? Maybe even 3. Self-abuse. There it is. Self-abuse is like being really, really hard on yourself. When did this present to 9876 age 6? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Hi, welcome. We love new people. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release? And that has to do with this guilt. Okay, even to 4. Resentment. When did this stand to 9876 age 6? We need to know more. Okay. Are you recognizing any of these emotions by chance? Let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this guilt? Okay, even to 4. Resentment. When does, yes, I am. Awesome. When did this stand to 987654 age 4? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. So it's interesting that I feel like a lot of these childhood emotions were actually projected onto you by your own parents. So you raising your kids and other people's kids, it's like compounding on each other, and it's like making things worse, making things way worse. So a lot happened around those younger ages. Yep. So a lot of the times when your parents project those negative emotions onto you while you're young, it's almost like your inner child coming out and saying, it's like you trying to protect them. Does that make sense? Which I thought was so fascinating. So fascinating. Okay, so you have another. All right, go ahead and stand up, walk around, take 10 steps, move your shoulders around, move your neck around. Give it a good stretch. Take some really big deep breaths. Give me a little shimmy, a little bit of twerking. Get it, get it. Get it, get it. One more really big deep breath. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the most severe, how do you feel as far as the guilt? I feel a lot better. I was a mess today. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes! From a 9 to a 5. Yay, that's awesome. That's awesome. So a lot lighter. So good. So good. So I'm going to be straight up with you. I recommend releasing your heart wall. Whether you want to do that yourself or you want to do it with me, you're welcome to go figure it out reading the emotion code book. Or if you want to schedule with me, I'm more than happy to work with you. But the best thing that you can do for yourself and those kids, all of your beautiful 6 kids now, is working on yourself, working on the shadow work, or releasing those beliefs, or releasing as many trapped emotions as you possibly can. And then just so you know, I also work with kids. So if you are technically legal guardian over them, then I can do a session for them. And I love working with kids. Sometimes they're easier than adults. But I've helped a lot of parents with their kids, specifically with like nightmares, tantrums, just like unexplainable emotions, just like so many things. So it's pretty crazy, like some of the stuff that I've worked on with kids. So yay. Okay, we hold on a lot tighter than kids. Yes. Yeah, and we process things way differently, especially if you had a lot of childhood trauma. So yeah. It's so interesting. I actually remember, so I worked with somebody that did something along the lines of, because they did emotion code, body code, but they also did another another energy healing modality. And one of the beliefs that I actually personally figured out was, so when I was 3, literally it was July 4th, and my grandpa died, I think, when I was 3 years old. And on the night of the 4th of July, but my parents didn't find out till the next morning. So I want to say that 4th of July, it was like literally the best night. Like the vibes were amazing. Don't ask me how I remember this, but like we were just so close as a family. We were having so much fun, you know. And then the next day, I remember everybody waking up with the worst grief and sadness and like so many different emotions. And it created a belief inside of me personally that if I have fun, bad things will happen. And it took so much work to figure that out. And it made me realize, like, I purposefully sabotage myself from having fun or having, like, doing things with, you know, like pleasure and or like satisfaction, not like sexually, but like other ways, you know, sabotaging so many things that way. And so when we figured that out, it was such a big relief for me, because it's like, oh my gosh, now we can have fun and nothing bad's gonna happen. So that we have so many trapped beliefs like that. Exactly. And it's so, it sucks. It sucks because a lot of the beliefs that I pull up for people, they've been holding on to years. They've been holding on to it for years and years and years and years. And it's just a simple release that shit. So anyways. All right. So let's get into it. Let's do, that's incredible. I know. And I still think that there are some beliefs that have to do with some of that, because sometimes I feel bad for having fun, which is stupid, so stupid. But that's something that I'm actually kind of working on. So in the middle of trying to figure it out. But anyways, let's move on to another person. We'll probably do like 1 or 2 more. Depends on my energy level here, but we just did that person. Who did we just do? I'm having a brain fire. Katie. We just did Katie. Okay, so there we go. Okay, let's do a new person. Hi. Welcome. Who's it gonna be? Priscilla Ninov. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. Ninov. Don't come at me. I promise I don't know how to pronounce names. Priscilla. Going once. Going twice. Pew, 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 pew. Priscilla. The username is Priscilla33. Going once, going twice, moving on. All right. Next person. Let's see. Karen Blanco. I need a session for myself. My back. I slept on it wrong the other day. It was awful. Hi, if you'd like to enter to win, just click on the link in my bio and click on the button that says live TikTok session giveaway. Live TikTok session giveaway. Karen Blanco. Going once, going twice. Moving on. So me and my ex-husband were out having an amazing time, and the same night we found out his mom passed. Oh, sad. Yeah, sometimes it's like the little things that taint your experiences, and it's no fun. Yes, like you don't want to go out to eat because somebody's gonna pass away. It's a belief system, or it's a belief that sometimes like those types of things are created, and it's like it ruins the good things. You know what's so funny? So my parents are very religious, and they used to tell me that if you do things on, like, okay, it's like keeping the Sabbath day holy. How do I explain this? Okay, so this was like their explanation. So they're like, we don't pack on Sundays, we don't do anything, we don't travel, blah, blah, blah on Sundays, because one year or one time they were, because they had a boat, they like saved a lot of money to get a boat, and they love to go boating and stuff, like skiing, water skiing and tubing and all the things. But one time they got the boat ready on a Sunday, and then the next day the boat was broken. And ever since then they have said, we're not getting the boat ready on Sunday. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, just as a kid, I'm like, okay, like, don't do things on Sundays. But ever since leaving my religion, I have been doing all the things on Sunday. And it's so funny how, and like, no shame to them. Like, I love that they love that, because it's like, this is a day of rest, you know, which is cool. But once we left, my sister-in-law, she's like, so what are you gonna do on Sunday now that you don't have to go to church? And my husband's like, whatever the hell I want. So anyways, yeah, deconstructing. Ever since leaving the church, it's literally like the belief system, the belief code is like helping me deconstruct everything, because it's a lot. So Amber Fleming, Mom, if you ever see this, I love you. Nothing against that. I'm just, anyways, so Amber Fleming, hold on, I gotta see your username. Ah, hello, welcome. All right, let's do this. What are we working on? Is what opened my eyes to a lot. Me too. It's okay. I don't talk about this a lot because there are some people who have like so many different beliefs about God or Jesus Christ or a higher power, the universe, whatever you want to call it. And we can't do money today, but you can schedule a session for money. Is there anything else that we can do for you, like physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, or sorry, physical, mental, or emotional? Something that's a little bit more measurable. Crap, what was I saying? Oh, so I don't usually talk about this a lot, but one thing that I do, like the first aha moment when I read the Emotion Code book, is it made like God or the universe, a higher power, it made it more tangible to me. Does that make sense? It's almost like, you know, they talk about God as like somebody that's up in heaven, but not always down here with us. Or it's it's a conditional thing, but it made something just click for me. I don't know. You have to read it. So, do you have any physical pain? So headaches, back pain, lower back pain, if you kind of move your body around, or if you feel a specific emotion, sadness, anger, or if you have any anxiety, depression, all of that. No, I don't know any ASL. I do talk with my hands a lot. Sorry about that. So I agree. I was raised super religious as well, so I completely understand. Yes, it's so crazy to me that it's so crazy. I've had really bad anxiety today. Okay, let's do anxiety. So I usually leave money, topics of money, for sessions, because there are so many parts to it that I have to actually talk to you, because it can take forever. It can take forever to kind of go through everything. But what was I gonna say? Deconstruction is a long practice. So something that I heard the other day that I found so fascinating is for every 10 years that you are in the church, you have a year of deconstructing. So, and when I heard that, I was like, oh, looks like I got 3 years. I got another year of deconstruction. So just match up so nicely. Thank you. I've seen those people on TikTok that dance with their hands. And then they replied to a comment that they're like, that was 50%. We need 100%. I could totally be one of those people. Okay. Sorry, what'd you say again? Anxiety. So Amber, 46. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your anxiety in this moment right now? Takes extra time if you worked in ministry leadership. Listen, I actually know something which is so funny. Anxiety. Let me say this and then we'll do your session. So there is somebody that I follow. We're considered to be an ex-Mormon or ex-LDS. I'm not anti, I'm just ex, I'm post-Mormon, post-LDS, whatever you want to call it. And there's somebody that was so religiously committed to the religion that as soon, she would do everything. Her name is Faith, or her handle is Faith Unraveled, and I think her name is Alicia. I absolutely love her. So if you're Mormon, you would totally vibe with her. But she was in leadership, and 10 out of 10, the most Molly Mormon person, Relief Society president, if you know what I'm talking. If you know, you know. But I don't know her. I've talked to her personally, but I just found her a couple years ago, and I followed her and we've chatted a little bit. But anyways, so she used to be in leadership, and so much that seminary teacher, studying to become a seminary teacher, so much to the point that she was she would give her 110% to the church, everything. She would give everything to the church. She would sacrifice her life, her health, everything to the church. And as soon as she found out some information that kind of caused her to go into a faith crisis, it literally made her go from one end of the spectrum to the complete other end of the spectrum within a certain amount of time. I don't remember how quick it was, but it's almost like the pendulum, however far the pendulum is, like that's how far you'll go onto the other side. She was clear on the other side, so she's clear on the other side. So now she actually talks about it, the church, and she has a podcast, she has a YouTube channel, so much that is just like so much deconstructing that she's doing. She talked about her story, and I just love her so much. She's one of my favorite people to watch because, first of all, I love her personality, and second of all, she just reminds me of like those ward members who would like come to your house and like they're like, how can we help, just like the bubbly type. And anyways, what was I trying to say? So it's like, so when you say that people who are in like leadership, they go from like one end of the pendulum to the other. Is that what it's called? I think you get what I'm trying to say. Anyways, let's move on. Quick moment of silence. We'll get to it. All right, connect this. That's so relatable. Yeah. All right, connect this proxy for Amber. Yeah, so what's the biggest trapped emotion we can release now that has to do with anxiety? Maybe even out of 1, 3, 5. Wishy-washy. When did this pretend? 2020, 19, 18, 17, 16, age 16. We need to know more. Okay. Spectrum. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Going from one end of the spectrum to the other. Yeah. It's crazy. What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this anxiety? Excuse me. Rejection. When did this pretend to 987, age 7? That's really interesting. So Amber, you said you wanted to work on money, but I feel like your anxiety has a lot to do with your abundance. So that's really cool. That's really cool that your body, there's so much intertwined with this anxiety. So who knows, you might get you might raise your abundance. You might raise your abundance at the same time as helping or working on your anxiety. So let's go ahead and release that rejection. How much is it to get a live session like this? I usually do $39. So if you want to Venmo me, then that's cool. Or I do have some openings tomorrow if you want to get on my schedule. The first session is $39. So, all right, Amber, what's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this anxiety? Can I even out of 1, 3? Crying. When did this 10, 20, 29, 18, 17, 16, age 16? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this anxiety? Maybe even out of 1, 3, 5. Unsupported. When did this pretend to 987, age 7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this anxiety? Out of 1, 3. Sadness. When did this pretend? Age 10. We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. That is your belief system. I'm glad you like that. What's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this anxiety? Maybe even out of 1, 3, 5. Conflict. When did this pretend? 20, 29, 18, 17, 16, age 16. We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this anxiety? Maybe 2. Helplessness. When did this 10, 20, 29, 18, 76, 15, age 15? We need to know more. Do you recognize these teenage ones? I feel like these teenage ones, it's almost like that feeling of like being trapped. The word that comes to mind, it's like the vibe of like a teen pregnancy where it's like you legit get stuck with like your consequences, and it's like, and you're like, this is not my fault that this happened, you know? Does that make sense? Obviously, I'm not saying it was a teen pregnancy, but it's like the vibe of like getting stuck with something that is not your fault, somebody else, like the consequences of someone else, like you're taking the fault for it. So I don't know if that vibes with you, but exactly, like stepping onto quicksand without knowing it. Yeah. Oh, not a pregnancy. My dad left. Oh, that makes me so mad. Okay. Release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this anxiety? Maybe even one. Heartache. When did this 10, 20, 29, 18, 17, 16, 15, age 15? We need to know more. Living with your consequences of your actions is the vibe. Yeah, it's more of like somebody else's consequences though. Or sorry, someone else's actions, not your own. Because she said that her dad left and that was not her fault. That was not her action. It was somebody else's action. So. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion? Did you have to take care of siblings when he left? Because that's kind of like not a teen pregnancy, but it's like becoming an adult way sooner than you should have. What's the biggest emotion we can release now? I'm the oldest. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this anxiety? All right, go ahead and stand up, walk around, take 10 steps, move your shoulders around, move your neck around, give me a little shimmy, a little bit, it's working. Get it, get it. Get it, get it. Yes, trauma bonds. I love releasing trauma bonds or soul ties. Woo, woo. I love that. Love, love, love that. All right, Amber, go ahead and take a really big deep breath. It's actually one of my favorite things to do is releasing trauma bonds or soul ties because I've released some with family members, with exes, with friends, ex-friends, I guess you could say, and toxic relationship, toxic people in your life. And it's the best feeling. The best way I can describe it is it's like freedom. Like legit freedom. Like you just got rid of the ball and chain feeling where it's like, I no longer feel tied to them. I no longer feel responsible for them. I no longer feel codependent on them. Does that make sense? My heart feels lighter. Yay! He's definitely a trauma bond. Yes. And interesting thing I do have to say is I've had, so they're called, in body code, they're called courtings or courtings, like a connection between you and another person. And so like autonomy is given back. Yes. Autonomy is given back to yourself. It's like you can make your own choices again. I've had them with my husband. Not that I feel like our relationship has been toxic. There have been times within our marriage that it hasn't been healthy, but not necessarily toxic. So sometimes even releasing cordings with your spouse or significant others, even if you feel like it's like majority a healthy relationship, sometimes releasing those cordings actually helps you guys come closer together because it's releasing all of the negative between you guys. So yes, oh my gosh, I love that. So I'm so happy for you, Amber. That's awesome. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate that anxiety? 1 being the lowest and 10 being the most severe. How old is baby now? She's like a month. It's crazy. Yay! From an 8 to a 3. So happy for you. All right, so really quick, I just want to let you know that you're so welcome. I am going to recommend that you release your heart wall and then work on abundance, because I feel like you are holding on to some things that are preventing you. Like the heart wall can have an effect on your wealth and abundance. So by releasing your heart wall, it's going to make way for you to actually open up even more for healing. So 10 out of 10 recommend releasing your heart wall and then working on abundance, money, spending money, making money, income, debt, all of that. Does that make sense? So how are you doing postpartum? I'm actually doing really well. It's been like bittersweet coming back to work, but I am really excited because I miss working with people. Sometimes when you're with your baby so much that you're like, I want to talk to some adults, please. But on the other hand, this is our last baby, so I'm trying to soak up all of the snuggles. So thanks for asking. I appreciate that. All right, so I need to go. Thank you. So it totally does. Okay, I will. Yay. So like I said, if you want to do that with me, perfectly fine. Or you can learn how to do the emotion code for yourself. The Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson. He's awesome. So you have a dog too, right? Not anymore. We got rid of him because it was a lot. We just got the wrong breed for us. He's like a working dog, and we couldn't get him out as much as he needed. So he was being super destructive. I know. So we rehomed him. He's happy. He's in a better place now with other dogs. So it's okay. It's okay. It just wasn't for us. And we miss him, but he's in a better place. So it's just a better thing for all of us. So, okay. Thank you so much. I love every single one of you, and I hope you have a fabulous night. Bye.